What up, y'all?
Hey, long time no see, you guys.
Long time no see.
Man.
We about to get this podcast popping with the two children in the room.
Yeah, so.
What's your love?
It is what it is.
Exactly. Here we go.
Hi.
You ready, love?
I'm ready.
Are you confirmed that you're ready?
He's asking this because he just did the clap and everything, and I wasn't recording because I wasn't ready. She says hi.
Teach us hi.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Let's do it.
Hi.
What it do?
What is going on?
What up? So we're going to give you a quick disclaimer. We got two children in the room.
We do.
They are our children.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they are kind of loud.
Yeah, they're kind of loud, so you might hear them.
Yeah. But y'all going to get this podcast with or without these kids. So.
That's right.
Hey.
Hi.
Happy Valentine's Day, you guys.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day.
Isn't that crazy?
I
mean, I guess it's not really crazy. It's a holiday.
No, it's the craziest holiday ever.
It's crazy that we've been gone for so long. That's what's crazy.
No, what's crazy is it's mid-February of 2019.
Man, all of it's crazy.
Our daughter is 1. Our son is 6.
So many things to update you guys on. But we're going to cue the music first.
That's right. Here we go. Give me a second. I got to move in place.
Of course. Chad, please make sure she doesn't get the camera. Please. Just make sure she don't touch it. Why is it so low? Alright.
What up, y'all?
You guys, welcome back
Yes.
to the Let's Make Out podcast, or welcome if this is your first time listening.
Exactly.
This is the place where we make out all things love, life, and laughter.
Jinx.
Here we go.
I didn't say Gabrielle.
You can't jinx us.
Oh my goodness. So that's also a misconception of this podcast.
Anyway.
Yes, so welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm Gabrielle, one of your hosts.
And I am Chad, the other host.
And
so we've been doing this for this is our 2nd year of podcasting.
I mean, is it the 2nd year? I guess this is the beginning of year 2.
Yes.
So we've been doing this podcasting thing for 2 years now. I felt the start of the second year. So it's really been 1 full year.
Exactly. So
we've been doing this life thing though for almost 8 years marriage.
Yes.
Like
we're coming up on 8 years in August.
That is crazy. We've known each other for 10.
Oh my goodness. Yes, 10 years we've known each other.
Mm-hmm.
We have
it's crazy.
Man, I can't believe it.
Yeah.
8 years almost being married, a 6-year-old son,
Yeah.
a 1-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
And
you can see all of that on our YouTube channel, Gay Babe TV.
Yes.
You can watch us from like 2 months in.
2 months in.
To our marriage up until now.
Right
so,
now.
Yeah, you can definitely go on over and check that out in your free time.
Yes.
And you guys, you can find us. I guess we should say where you could find us.
Yes.
You can find us everywhere on social media.
That's right.
At Let's Make Out Pod on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Let's Make Out Podcast on YouTube if you'd like to watch this. Or Let's Make Out Podcast on Facebook and Instagram.
That's right. Or you can go to GabeBabeTV.com and all things Gabe and Babe is there.
Yeah.
And if you go there and you've seen that baby girl is not added there, she will be there soon. So
we are struggling with life when it comes to our website.
Well, it's just one of those things where
it just kind of got forgotten.
It got forgotten.
Yeah.
But it's something also we also didn't really know how to update it and keep it because it's a really robust site. We actually paid to have it made and paid good money to have it made.
Yeah. We should have just paid good money to have them updated.
Yeah. So
we thought we could do it.
We
ourselves.
didn't think about what that meant.
Yeah.
So but that's okay. We'll get it updated and it'll have baby girl added and everything's over there. Anyways, regardless of that, you can go over and check it out and get all of our links and follow us all those places.
Yes. So, like we said, happy Valentine's Day, you guys.
Yes.
It's been a really long time since we have done a podcast. I almost don't remember how to do it. It's been that long. And
I think we just talk to the microphones and the camera.
You think? Is that it?
I think it's it.
Oh, okay. I feel like I can
We
handle that.
We have to pause and make out too, though.
You guys, so, okay. At the end of the year, every year, we take a 2 to 3 week break.
Yes.
And we take a break specifically from vlogging because we do that Monday through Friday. And I think we just decided to take a break from the podcast as well. But when we came back to vlogging, we kind of forgot to come back to the podcast. So that is why it has been so long.
Yes, it's been... Ooh.
Oh, what happened?
No, baby girl, let's hit that camera. But yeah, no, it's been a little while. I think taking the break, I think with anything, taking a break from what you do. So think about it. Think when you go to your job or if you own your own business, when you take a vacation, hopefully during that vacation you don't work.
Yeah.
Check out. You check out. It's important to reset and refresh your mind and let go of all those job related issues and questions and challenges just for a little bit so that you can, you got to reset. You got to get, a fresh set of eyes and a mindset for when you go back. You go back excited and ready to, to tackle those challenges, but a break is needed. So we definitely were excited for that break, and we're excited that we've taken it now for a couple of years, I think.
It's just our thing.
It's been good. So, today we just really want to kind of update you on what's been going on for, the beginning of first month and a half of 2019. And then
we're going to get into some Valentine's Day questions.
Yes.
I was trying to figure out, because I knew that this was coming up, we were going to come back with just an update podcast, but then I was like, oh man, it drops on V-Day. We should do something that's surrounding V-Day. So
yes.
I asked a lot of our peeps on Instagram if they had any questions concerning Valentine's Day that we could answer. So we're going to get into those. I thought it could be fun for us to talk about our worst date ever.
Yes.
So
not with each other.
Not with each. I know, it's so funny when I said that to Babe. He was like, with each other. I'm like, do we have a worst date ever with each other? I would really have to think about that.
Yeah.
But just period. But yeah, so we're going to do updates, we're going to do the worst date, and then we're going to do the questions, and All right. Yeah, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yes.
So, updates.
Okay.
What have you been up to, Chad? Babe.
I've started this year quite slow. Psych. I actually, it's interesting. An opportunity to go back to school, a very quick schooling, but a very accelerated 12-week course for JavaScript and website development, basically full stack development, meaning I can create a site and the server and everything in the middle, be able to do all of that. At the end of this 12 weeks. I'm actually I'm almost to I think I start my 6th week.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. Yeah. And so, it's been going great, but it's Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. It's very intense. But I am loving it. And it just worked out really well where, the school wanted to work with me.
Yeah.
And timing was perfect, and we talked about it.
Yeah.
And we said, let's go ahead and do it. So I started January 7th, and so been going.
Finish up the end of March.
And then I will be a full stack developer, which is pretty crazy. I'm excited. I've always wanted to learn to code and learn how to to build apps and websites, and now I'm gonna have that skill set.
Yeah.
And I'll be able to.
I need a website.
Need a website,
okay.
Apps. Let me know because starting in April, I'm gonna be trying to take on some little freelance gigs and stuff, some projects. So let us know.
Yeah, you guys. So with that, it has been an adjustment of just him going somewhere from 9 to 5. Because we work full time for ourselves with our own business, and we have that freedom and flexibility. We, see each other all day. So it was such an adjustment with him going away for,
It's weird not being
a million hours a day. and then just an adjustment for me with Reagan because she requires a lot of attention. So it has been kind of a tricky thing just getting into a rhythm of, being able to get some work done while still giving her time and, just figuring out this whole thing of, balance.
Well, it's good though that she started 1 day of daycare.
She did start 1 day of
the
daycare.
14th of January.
Yes.
Yeah,
so right after she turned 1.
Yeah. So
she started, and
so that's helped a bit on the 1 day of the week that she
Last
goes.
week was her best day ever. So she's getting better week by week, because it's only 1 day a week. So yeah, like that's the major update that we have.
That's a big one.
I'm trying to think what else. Siege is playing basketball now. He's on a basketball team.
And let me tell you,
he is killing it.
Every game he's gotten better and better and more comfortable, and his confidence has grown. And we're not the parents that are out there like, you need to do this better. You need to do this. Go, score.
Can we talk about that really quick though? Why are parents
at kindergarten?
I mean, there is always one. They've played a different team every week.
But there's more than one.
Yeah, but there's always at least one parent that's like, guard your man, get the ball. Why you not open?
Shoot.
I'm like,
your kid is at half court. He doesn't need to shoot right now.
He is 6. Like, can he just enjoy the game?
Exactly.
I'm like, wow. But it's interesting to me because I'm not really a sports person, but watching, Chad Jr. play, I can see now how parents are like into it, because you're just like, go, you know what I'm saying? Like, positive, encouraging, words, not,
exactly.
all the extra.
Exactly.
But it is so crazy because I'm like into it. Because he's out there.
Exactly. So like for us, we're the type of parents that we're like, we're cheering on the whole team. We even clap for the other team when they score. And then, when Chad Jr., when he hustles down the court and he runs down there to guard his man, we're like, good job, buddy.
Yeah.
When he gets a rebound, good job, man. When he passes it, good job. And then this weekend was something new for us.
Oh, man.
He went out there and he shot.
So good.
He shot 4 times. He had a chance. He was open. They passed to him. He shot 4 times. He hit 3 of his 4 shots.
Man,
and
he's doing so
these
good.
he was like 6 feet, 5-6 feet away from the basket shots.
Yeah.
And so I was just so proud of him. That he's been working on it.
Yeah.
And him and I play almost every night. And so that's just really, really cool. I'm proud of him, not because he scored, but because he's trying.
Right. Absolutely.
And
that's all it is. We just want him to have fun while he's playing and, learning the game and all of that good stuff.
Yeah, so that's a big one.
Yeah.
He plays for the Bulls. He's number 2. So he was excited when I told him that was Michael Jordan's team.
Yeah.
When he played. What else?
Let's see. What else? I feel like that's really it for the updates. I don't want to spend too much time doing updates.
No.
I don't feel like too much else is going on.
No, not that I can think of. I think that's it.
Okay,
that's it. Yeah.
Moving right along. Let's see. Do you feel like we're talking weird? I feel like I'm talking weird. Do y'all think that I'm talking weird?
No.
No? Thanks, Siege.
Talking weird.
I don't know. It just seems weird. It's been so long that I just feel funny doing this.
She's funny. No.
That's so crazy.
I don't believe
feel like
so.
I'm talking weird. I don't know. Whatever.
We can talk like news anchors if you'd like.
That is why I feel like I'm a little bit more...
So, today has been a great day, and I would say that, according to the weathercast, it'll be snowy, and it'll be...
It is snowy.
A bit cold.
Okay, great.
All right, moving on.
Wrap it up. Okay, so...
What's next?
Worst date ever.
Worst
Do
date.
you have a worst date ever?
I could come up...
You could come up with a worst date?
I could come up with one, but... I didn't date a lot.
Yeah. Well, what did you do?
Being in the Army, I didn't, date a ton.
Oh. Well, what did you do? Like, what, you just, hung out when you could?
Yeah, it wasn't really,
it wasn't an official, date?
Date. But, I've got, a couple. I think I've got one, yeah.
You do?
Yeah, do you got one?
You know I have one. You've heard this story, I feel like a million times.
You want me to go first, then?
Yes, you should go first, because I've never heard this story.
Okay.
We will hear this together.
I would say it was when I was in Louisiana, and I went on a date, and I think I have told you this one. And I went on a date, it's been so long ago, and met her at the PX, which is the post exchange, the store.
Oh, yeah.
The supermarket type store. And so... it was a Sunday. She invited me to go to her church with her.
Oh yes, I remember this.
And okay, it was a small, very in the bayou church, and it was just weird. And like, it was.
And this was your first time ever going anywhere?
Yes.
Y'all went to her church?
Went to her church.
Okay.
And like, it was interesting.
Because it was like what? Like full Baptist? Like Southern Baptist?
Full Southern Baptist. Yeah. And there were some white folks, black folks, but it was like full out Southern, Bayou Southern classic. And oh my goodness.
Like what happened?
So I walk in and sit down, and everybody's just kind of staring because it's a small enough church where, you know, if they know I don't go there.
Right.
And so like maybe 5-10 minutes into the sermon, the pastor is, you know, almost going individually, talking to each person individually during the sermon, like, you know, it's good to see you, and you know, how's your sister doing, and it's just that small of a church, right? Nothing major. But then he gets to her, and he's like, you know, how are you, and who's this young man you got with you?
So they called you out?
I'm so thankful that the Lord has brought him into the house. And I was just like, oh, Lord, have mercy.
Did you duck your head down?
I was just like,
look.
Oh, my goodness. I was just like, and...
did you turn red? I bet you
yeah, you know me. I turned red. And so, you know, I'm like, you know, she said, you know, who I was. And then, but to make it worse, he's like, well, it looks like you make a fine couple.
Oh, God.
And, you know, and I would be proud to marry you one day.
What?
And I was like, what? I got up and I walked out.
No, you did not.
Yes, I
don't remember that part of the story.
I got up and walked out.
Did she come after you?
Yeah, she's like, sorry. She was just like, sorry.
Did y'all then go back in the church?
No, we left.
That is so crazy. How do you, like, what is that conversation like in the car?
I was like, I don't think I can ever go to your church again. But here's the thing. I went to a Southern Baptist church here in Indianapolis.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here in Indianapolis.
But it was here in Indianapolis versus, like, down south Southern Baptist. And don't get me wrong, like, the people were sweet, and I had no problem with, like, but I felt so... You ever been somewhere, like, you know, especially like a church, you just felt uncomfortable?
Yeah.
I just felt very uncomfortable.
You felt uncomfortable before he even called you out.
Yes, it just wasn't, like, a comfortable...
Yeah.
I wasn't very comfortable.
That's crazy.
And so... That was probably just the worst case because it just was like, there was just no rebounding from like...
I was about to say, did y'all ever talk again?
Yeah, I mean, we kept in contact.
Okay.
Yeah, we
well, that's good that y'all were able to rebound.
Yeah, because she felt horrible.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. She had no clue.
But at the same time, I think it was just God working because I found out that she wasn't like, you know, like... She wasn't really like a good person necessarily. You know, and so I think it worked out for the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just...
That's awkward.
It was just awkward. I think just because it was like, hey, let's go hang out. So it wasn't even like, you know, hey, we're gonna go get dinner and have. It was kind of like, let's go hang out. Hey, just come to my church and then we'll get some lunch after. And
I mean,
it's kind of like a date, right? But it was.
I'm not sure that I would invite anybody on a first date to my church. I feel like the church is kind of personal. So, like, even if it wasn't as
especially when it's that small
and small,
when it's 6 people, it's intimate.
You definitely not coming to my church when it's 6.
It wasn't 6 people. It was like 15, 20.
I mean, but even then, like, even if my church was huge, I still have people that are familiar with me and that know me. Like, I definitely wouldn't bring somebody that I'm not really even sure that I am going to be doing anything with.
Exactly.
Church. Like, that's not the first place I would take.
It was just, even thinking about it, it was just so awkward. But yeah, so that was probably the most awkward date I had.
That was definitely.
It was just awkward. Even thinking about it now was just definitely like super awkward.
I feel awkward for you.
It was just awkward. I was like, what in the world? All right, what about you, Love?
Okay, so my worst day.
Hers is better than mine.
I feel like I've told this before somewhere, so forgive me if you've heard the story. But I am what I would like to think of myself as. At one point in time, I was a professional server. Like, legit, I have worked at so many restaurants. Mm-hmm. I have served for so many years. Like, that is my thing. Well, that was my thing. I don't really do it anymore. So at this point, I was working as a server at O'Charlie's, and there was this guy that he was a mutual friend of Kelly's boyfriend at the time. So, you know, they was trying to hook me up. Her and her boyfriend, they was trying to hook me up. So I'm like, okay, I'll meet with this guy. You know, we can go have a little drink or whatever. So, you know, he's like, well, I'll just come and meet you when you get off of work. We can go down to like Applebee's. I'm like, okay. I work. First of all, I work in Old Charlie's. Like, why can't you just come and sit in the bar and we could just? But maybe I get it. Maybe he just didn't, you know, think I would be comfortable at my job. So we go to Applebee's. Mind you, like, I didn't bring any clothes to change into, like, because I was kind of reluctant on really even meeting him in the first place. So I was like, whatever. He gonna get this good red shirt, button-down shirt that I got on from Old Charlie's.
Smelled like some potato skins and rolls.
Exactly. I was straight in uniform, and we went to Applebee's. So we go. We have this, you know, short date. It was literally like probably 45 minutes or so. And, you know, we leaving. He pays for the bill. Or at least I think he pays for the bill, and, you know, tips or whatnot. I'm not paying any attention because I'm like, okay, he asked me on this date, so he's obviously gonna pay. I wasn't really hungry, so I think we only had like drinks or something, maybe an appetizer. So, you know, we're saying our goodbyes. We walk out to the car. We're saying our goodbyes. Y'all, out comes the bartender, and I have like my door open, my car door open, and he's like standing there, you know, trying to say goodbye. The bartender comes up to my car, slams down the change on my car door, and was like, you work at Old Charlie's, you should know better. This is not acceptable for a tip, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, heck no, you did not. You did not take the server to another restaurant and then stiff the bartender on tipping. I was humiliated, you guys. Like, and if you don't know me, like, I am a stickler.
It's 20% or more. 20% or more
to tipping. I will not tip you less than 20%. You have got to be like horrible to get less than 20%.
But then you might get 18%.
You might, and then and then I'll bump it down to 18. But y'all, I was so embarrassed. And he didn't even have any words. I was just like, really? Like, are you kidding me? And I was like, first of all, I didn't pay for the bill, and second of all, I work at a restaurant and this is unacceptable. Like, even if you do get stiffed, I get stiffed on tips all the time. You do not come out of the restaurant and confront a customer. And I went in and I talked to the manager and was like, this is unacceptable. Like, I'm sorry that you got stiffed. I will even give you some money, but you will not do that. Like, it was just too many wrongs for me. It was crazy. And the manager, he was so apologetic. And the guy was not really apologetic at all. He was like, oh, my bad. I was like, yeah, you're bad. You will never hear from me again. And he never ever heard from me again. I was like, no. I was so mad at Kelly and her boyfriend. Like, this is who y'all hooked me up with? Wow. Are you kidding me? Y'all, it was the worst. I was so humiliated. Oh my goodness. So, moral of the story, tip your servers, tip your bartenders. Don't be that person, okay? Definitely not if you're dating a server, okay?
I'm glad he was that person.
I'm glad he was too. He wasn't talking about nothing. I wasn't interested in him anyway. I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, that was my worst date ever. Like, the absolute worst date ever. I was so humiliated. It took me a long time to even go back to the Applebee's because I was like, they're gonna remember me.
That's funny.
Like, oh, so crazy.
So what are some of y'all?
I was just about to say.
What's some of y'all's like
worst dates ever?
Worst date experience, like, you know, worst dates or just awkward dates, or like what are some of those? Because we'd love to read. Yeah, please. Some of those. So if you leave that in the comments of the video on YouTube, or if you can tweet them to us, or like how else? You could email them to us. Yeah. However, we'd love to read some of those. Love to hear about because we know that there's some really good ones out there.
Because folks is crazy. Like, you just never know. Like,
yes, people
have no. It's like they don't have any common sense when it comes to dating.
Or they're just used to getting what they want for whatever reason. So then they think they can just do whatever with whoever. And sometimes it just don't. When you meet the wrong person, it just don't fly.
I am not the one. Ooh, I was so humiliated. Okay, so we're gonna get into some of these questions because we have gotten quite a few of them actually. Yes. You had a worst day ever?
What was your worst day ever?
Chad, you had a worst day
ever. My worst day ever when Casey was throwing toys at us.
Oh, worst day ever? That was your worst day ever?
Yeah. Me and Assault.
When his cousins, when they were all playing, and one of the cousins was throwing stuff. That was your worst day ever? Good job. All right.
Gotta love kids. Man.
Yes, that's so funny.
Reagan has grabbed the loudest toy she could
Violet.
right now.
She's gotten Violet.
So.
We know y'all parents know who Violet and Scout are.
Oh yeah, she's got Violet, and she just keeps pushing it. Our first Valentine's Day question is from
Miss Akosua.
I don't know that we're saying that
Hopefully
right.
say that right.
Thoughts on LDR and how long to wait before getting married? Is 3 years too long? Okay, do you know what LDR is?
Long distance relationship.
Oh!
I hope. Unless it's a cool term that you hip teenagers use nowadays.
Why did I not know that? Long distance relationship. Okay.
I mean, well, we're a product of a long distance relationship.
We are a product of a long distance relationship.
So totally for it as long as you use the opportunity to talk as much as possible, ask each other questions, learn about each other, learn about what you like, what you don't like, what makes you tick, what doesn't make you tick, or makes you get ticked off. Use the opportunity to get to know each other, and there's no physical touching that can get in the way of that.
Well, I mean, you don't know that. I'm sure that they visit each other.
Well, what I mean is, it's not like if you guys get into an argument or like get into a heated conversation or get into something where you're debating. So yeah, I mean, like, you know, I mean, absolutely. I mean, hopefully you guys are seeing each other sometime. But I mean, what I mean is like the chance to have physical interaction is not there every day. So use that opportunity to just get to know each other. And that's what we did. I mean, when we got to see each other every, you know, a couple times a month or whatever, when we were, you know, as we were engaged, you know, of course we, you know, took the opportunity to spend some time together like that. But like it was really cool to, you know, just to be able to talk. Yeah. Get to know each other.
I'm looking at him because he's just going around. That's not the question. The question is how long to wait before getting married. Is 3 years too long?
Well, thoughts on long distance relationship.
Oh, I guess that was part of the question.
That was my thoughts. And then
long-winded thoughts. Yeah.
Long-winded thoughts, girl. I was trying to check my talking.
I think that 3 years is a really long time.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Just because I feel like when you go into a long distance relationship, like there should be an end game. Like at some point, you have to decide, okay, is this worth us being in the same place to see if it can go further, or do we want to take the next step to go further and, you know, get in the same place? Not saying like, okay, maybe that was confusing, but at some point either someone has to decide that they're going to move to be in the same place, or you can do what we did and get engaged and then get married and then move and be in the same place. I feel like it's in 3 years you should know where this relationship is going.
Yeah, like, you guys should have already talked about the end game. You know, the end game. Like, what is your goal of this, right? You know, and I think that, like 3 years, like, unless now, you know, I mean, granted, there are different certain, you know, unless you guys, one person's in school and they can't move, and the other person has a really good job somewhere, and then the person finishes school, then they're going to come. There are different scenarios. Yeah. But what we're saying is, if there is no reason that you cannot be together, then 3 years is a long time to still be long distance. Maybe you should be figuring out, like, you know, what is that next step? That's a long time.
That is a really long time. So, I mean, we can't necessarily tell you what is too long for you and your relationship. Absolutely. But I would just, at this point, in 3 years, be looking to make the next step.
I couldn't have done 3 years long distance with Gabriel. No,
no. I mean, the long distance time we did, we wasn't even officially like together. So it wasn't until we got engaged, and then we had, you know, like 8 months. But the time that we like kind of dated and whatnot, we weren't officially together.
And it was tough. It was still tough.
Still tough though. Yeah. So the next question, speaking of long distance relationships, the next question says, being in a long distance relationship when Valentine's Day is also his birthday and you broke. You know what? That is the second time. Like, I just met somebody the other day whose birthday is on Valentine's Day. Wow. That's so interesting.
I mean, let me see. Being in a long distance relationship when Valentine's Day is also his birthday and you broke.
Yes. Okay. And this is Legally Not Blonde 2021. Okay, well, I think that you could get crafty.
And you could
You could make something for him. You could make, you know, something as simple as like a coupon book, or you can make something as, you know, as steamy as like a sexy calendar or something, like, you know, take some pictures and put it together for a calendar, or you guys can
what else?
Have like a Skype date.
Yeah, I was thinking like a Skype date, like put some effort into it though, like so like you have to dress, you know, in your outfit like you're going to go out on a date. He has to dress in something that he would wear on the date, and you know, I don't know, just figure out how to be creative where you can have a conversation where you'd be sitting at the table eating your dinner. And your computer be across from you, and vice versa. He'd be sitting and his computer be across from each other, and you guys would be on a date. I mean,
that could be cool.
It's about having that, you know, and then, you know, it's just about having that connection time. You know, I mean, if you can't be together, which it stinks that you can't, but you can still celebrate. Yeah. And you can still show each other that you know that you have love for each other, even via that. I mean, you know. Yeah. I mean, we Skyped for 8 months.
Yeah, we did.
And, you know, we had fun. We had great conversations, and it's better than nothing.
Yeah, it's definitely better than nothing. You can always find a really cheap, inexpensive card. You can add on to it. There are so many things. And then, honestly, like, I feel like if you're together, then he probably knows your situation, and he probably understands that you may not have the funds, and you can just, you know, say, I owe you. Like, happy birthday, happy Valentine's Day. When I get back on my feet, we will celebrate you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like guys, I don't know. Like I feel like guys don't really put as much into Valentine's Day as women do. Like, I don't feel like men are just out here expecting a bunch of stuff for Valentine's Day. But I could be wrong. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I think that for me, like for Valentine's Day, I want to do something special for Gabrielle. Like, just treat her to a good night, you know, like, you know, where I can pamper her and just make her feel loved, you know. But like, it's,
I just don't know, like, is it really
for me, it's not about. For me, I'm not expecting her to get me like some roses and like that's. I'm not expecting that personally.
You know, roses.
I know exactly. But what I mean is, I'm not expecting that. Like, I'm expecting to try to do something nice for her. Like, I take it as like, this is my opportunity just to show her that she's my Valentine. I love her. Yeah. And even though I try to show her that every day, but this is like a, you know, a special occasion that I can, you know, and try to do something special for her, something different. And I'm not expecting anything in return other than, you know, maybe a thank you that night.
Yeah. Well, we got that too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it.
That's it. Oh well. No, okay, that includes money. Never mind. Okay, so here's another one from. Honey, I don't even know how to pronounce these people's names.
Okay, this is from Merch-G7.
I don't like V-Day. It's just another day for us. Should I? Girl, no. You ain't gotta like it.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. Like, there are so many people that don't even celebrate Valentine's Day because it is literally just another day.
It's a Thursday.
Like, if I'm doing my job and I'm showing you how I feel about you every day and how much you mean to me every day, I don't need a day to do that. Like, it's literally just a commercial holiday.
Exactly.
Designed for companies to make money and restaurants to charge you out the wazoo. And it's capitalism. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, girl, no, you ain't got to like Valentine's Day. You don't have to do nothing. What? Oh, you mad because it's all?
Yeah, I think you should be proclaiming your love for the person you're with, you know, on a regular basis, not just Valentine's Day. And if the only time you get that love is on Valentine's Day, well, then you probably should have some questions about your relationship.
Right. Okay, so this one is from.
This is from.
I'm telling you, you got
Mechaleg 2014.
The hardest
Mechaleg 2014. My husband and I are not in the best space. Should we still celebrate Valentine's Day? I mean, I think you should still, even if you're not in the best space right now, you still love each other. I mean, I think that you're still married, so obviously you didn't say like you're not together. Like you said you didn't say that you're not husband and wife anymore, right? So you said my husband and I, meaning that you're not in the best space, but there's probably still love there. So yes, you should still celebrate your love, but I think that it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be some kind of superficial day where you don't address the elephant in the room, which is why you're not in the best space, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't really feel like Valentine's Day should be your concern at this point.
No.
Like if you and your husband are not in a good place, you should be striving to get in a better place, regardless of
what day
Valentine's Day, what day it is. Like ain't nobody worried about that. Like how about the fact that tomorrow's not promised? Let's work to be in a better space.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, I think, and if that's the only night that you can get a babysitter,
or get time to do
use that opportunity to go out and spend time together and talk.
But yeah, no, I think that your first concern
is your relationship.
Yeah, it should just be getting in a better space. Like,
yeah, absolutely. And
yeah, but don't like fake. I wouldn't say like let's go celebrate Valentine's Day and be mad at each other and just do it just to do it. Like Valentine's Day, like it literally means. It doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. So I don't advise that. Like just tabling the issues just to celebrate Valentine's Day. I definitely don't recommend that.
So and we pray that you guys, talk and communicate and figure out what that way next year's Valentine's Day
be on and popping.
Will be amazing.
Okay, so Jazzio says me and my fiance are broke. With 3 E's. Any suggestions for romance on a budget? Absolutely, girl. You could get you a good little throw and make out some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and have some cookies or whatnot. Light a candle, dim the lights, and have you the best home picnic ever.
Yes. And then,
and then top off the night.
Exactly.
Like,
seriously, like you don't have to. There's nothing. Some of the best times that Gabrielle and I have are when we honestly just lay on the couch together.
Y'all can Netflix and chill.
Like, we just honestly, we lay there, we laugh together, and then we get a little closer, and then,
Yeah. And I'm sorry, let me back up. I said y'all can top off the night, but I'm not encouraging that. You guys are not married yet. So maybe y'all don't top off the night, but maybe y'all just have, you can be, I feel like you can be intimate without being like that, just having intimate, close.
You can have an intimacy together without
it being like
hitting a home
physically
run, without hitting a home run.
Yeah, like y'all can have really good conversation or whatnot. So I'm not advocating that y'all. I don't know what y'all situation is, but I think that you can do anything at home. You guys can cook together. Like go through your pantry or whatnot. Like. You can source together what you have, and I don't know if you guys live together or not, or he can source together what he has, and you guys can come up with a meal to cook together.
Think about it. If you have hot dogs and he has some baked beans, you can make beanie weenies together, and it's good.
I did not deal with
but I love that because here's the thing I want to tell you about a relationship that has because our relationship has seen times where we've been low on money, and then and God has put us through that point where we're doing well, and and it's nothing but but God taking care of us. But money doesn't make your relationship good or bad. And so if you think that you can't have fun or you can't celebrate your love without money, well then you're going at it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Money doesn't make you happy, and if you think that that's what's going to make you happy in your relationship, then you got to take a step back and realize, wait, no, I love you because of who you are, not because of what you make.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
there's so many things y'all can do. Y'all can like eat at home, and then y'all can go like people watch. Go watch all of the couples on Valentine's Day, like doing, like, I bet you that would be like something.
Go sit at a bar somewhere.
Like, go sit somewhere and just like watch other couples. Y'all can get some cards.
Watch the first dates to be happening because I'm sure there's gonna be some awkward ones.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can have fun. Y'all can play cards at the house, play some board games. I mean, just something out of the ordinary.
A good board game is always good.
Yeah, like it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Like, and it's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday.
Anybody going on?
Because it's ladies' night.
Thursday is usually ladies' night.
Always ladies' night.
Always ladies'
night.
Why is Thursday ladies' night? Somebody explain that to me. If you a club promoter, why? Why Thursday?
Because it's cheaper to do it on Thursday because then you know that you're only losing out on so much cover charge.
So you're not like doing it on a weekend.
Like you do it on Friday or Saturday, you're going to lose a lot of money. So they're like,
That's
you know
true.
what?
Okay. Good.
Right.
Good job, babe. The next question from Tatiana. What are the plans for Valentine's Day? Are you going to have a date night? And no, we are not.
Yes,
we're not doing any. Well, babe says we're doing something.
Yeah, we're not doing anything tonight, like outside of the house.
Yeah.
After the kids get to bed, we're just gonna have a nice night together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to, just treat her, pamper her to a good evening, and then tomorrow though we're gonna.
For Friday we have a babysitter pending. Hopefully we'll get that squared away and we can have a date night. Here's another thing. Here's another update. Our babysitter moved away at the top of the year. So that has been quite a transition. Just trying to find someone that we trust.
Yes.
That our kids like, that we like. And, it's just
tough.
one of those things. And mom's got plans that night. So she's not available. So I don't know. We'll see. We're working on a babysitter for Friday. If not, we just have another date night at the house once they go to sleep. So.
Because we have fun regardless of where we're at.
Yeah.
So
we'll make the best of it.
Exactly.
Let's see. Sup duper fly.
Super duper fly.
Oh.
let me take over. Supper double fly. Supper double fly.
Why did I not get that?
Okay. Really, super duper fly.
Wow.
83.
Wow.
My significant other doesn't feel like Valentine's Day is a big thing, but I do. Well, I mean, then I think that your significant other should lay out to your significant other why it's a big day to you and why it's important to you, and if I think that they should take that to heart, because I mean, a relationship is about compromise. I love Alabama Crimson Tide football. Gabrielle could care less about football, but she supports me because it's something that I care for. She cares about going and hanging out with like her friends, or acting when she can act, and do and singing and things like that I don't necessarily have a skill set in, but I love it when she does it because it's something that she enjoys.
So you could have just said I like to go shopping, but
well, I mean, I'm just saying, like in general, there's things that we're not always we don't have a passion for.
Yeah.
But we support.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's the same thing. If you love Valentine's Day, I think that there shouldn't be a question about. I mean, it's a day you like. Your significant other should be willing to compromise in that, and take that to heart. I mean, that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think that just as a simple conversation, like, man, babe, this is really important to me. I feel this way about Valentine's Day, and I would just love it if you would. Celebrate it with me or put a little effort into it. And if he doesn't take that to heart, then that's a whole other conversation.
It is, because I mean, that's just being stubborn at that point.
Yeah, I mean, because it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Like, it may, I don't know, maybe he just feels like it's a waste of money. Like, a lot of people feel like this is stupid. Why am I spending all this money for what? But you should want to do what it takes to make your significant other happy or excited. If you want to celebrate this day, let's celebrate the day. Like, it's not that crazy.
And a lot of people, all they want to see is effort.
Yep.
Right? All you want him is just to put in a little effort. It doesn't have to be crazy. He doesn't have to buy you diamond earrings every year.
Yeah.
But you want to see a little effort. And I think that's not a big ask.
No, I don't think so either. The next question, well, it was a couple questions. One was, should you expect someone you're dating to be your Valentine? Or I just started talking to someone. Should I expect a special Valentine's Day? And I think that that's kind of something that you should talk about. Like, I wouldn't go into it expecting anything, honestly. Because if you're just dating somebody, like, they could be dating somebody else,
especially if you haven't talked about what the relationship is, right?
Right.
What
if
is
it's like a situationship, or like a friends with benefits, or...
Ship.
What did I say?
Friends with benefit ship.
Oh, I was like, what? Oh, I thought I said the wrong thing. So, I mean, like, you just never, it's tricky because folks be out here dating multiple people and you be getting your hopes high and it just don't pan out for you. I remember that I was once in a situation, and I, came to see this person with a Valentine's Day gift. I don't remember if it was actually on Valentine's Day or if it was after. I don't even remember. But of course, there was no gift for me, and I felt some kind of way. And then I had to check myself, like, why do you feel some type of way? Like, why did I feel like I had to get a gift for him? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just really weird. So I would say just check your expectations and don't expect anything.
Check your expectations.
Which is really hard. It sounds really harsh to say. but you know where you are in your dating stage. If it's early enough to where you have to question if you should celebrate Valentine's Day, then it's probably too early to make a big deal out of it.
I think that's the big one right there. Check your expectations at the door unless you've had a conversation about them.
Yeah. Because that way you won't be disappointed.
Yeah,
like,
expectations are some of the
excuse me.
Bless you. Expectations are some of the worst things that you can have in an undefined relationship.
Absolutely.
So define the relationship.
Or talk about it. Ask them, like, hey, we doing something for Valentine's Day or no? Like, you can make it so casual. Like, it doesn't have to be a big thing.
Yeah, and if you're not,
just ask
you're not.
them. Yeah.
I mean, that's that. Communication.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
So, a lot of questions from singles. How to celebrate Valentine's Day when you are single.
Ladies' night.
If you, or if you have just broken up with someone, how do you tackle Valentine's Day as a single? And that can be tough. Like, I've been there many years where I've been single. I've been there after a breakup. And it's tough, man. It sucks because everybody's all happy and in love. And you like, whatever, man. I'm done with all of y'all. Screw love. And, it's so many things you can do. If you have other single friends, you guys can get together and have, like a friend Valentine's Day. Or I feel like there's a word for it. I can't think of what it is.
For Valentine's Day.
What did you say?
For Valentine's.
I don't feel like that's it at all. But there is a word. Like, I think get together and hang out. Y'all can go out to a bar. Y'all can go to ladies' night. Like,
I mean, I'm sure, honestly, maybe do some research in your city. I would not doubt if there is some kind of singles Valentine's Day party or something going on. There's for everything that you want to do or think you would be fun, there's probably something that's out there. So
that's true. I didn't even think about that.
So just maybe do some research, see if there's something that's already happening for singles. Go try it out. Go test it out.
Yeah, and, you might meet somebody.
You might meet somebody. It's gonna be full of singles. Well, it's supposed to be full of singles, so make sure.
You can also just stay at home and watch the movies. Just enjoy yourself in the evening. You could take yourself out to a movie. You could take yourself out to dinner if you wanted to. I'm not sure that I would take myself out to dinner on Valentine's Day because then you have to be looking at all the couples. But you can order takeout from your favorite restaurant, go home and watch some good TV, run you a nice bath, have a glass of wine, pray and journal or devotion. Take the time to, write down and journal about the type of mate that you want to attract in your life. Asking God for the mate that you want to have. You can take this time to do whatever, or you could totally ignore the fact that it's Valentine's Day and just live your life like you would any other Thursday. Honestly, you don't have to make a big deal out of it. And you don't have to make yourself feel down on yourself because you don't have anybody to celebrate. It's okay.
It's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Your time is coming.
Your love is coming. Yeah. So just remember for all the Valentine's days that are, you're alone and single now, you're going to have many where you're with the person that you love.
True. Okay, so here's one from Steph All That. When you're pregnant and cannot drink or do much for Valentine's Day, what can you do? Well, I feel like unless you are in the third trimester, you can probably do the same thing everybody else does. You could go out to eat.
Well, I feel like the third
movie.
Well, I feel like the third trimester is when.
What? I said unless you're in the third trimester.
Well, no, I'm saying I feel like even in the third trimester, isn't that the time when...
where you want to get some things going on?
You want to get some things happening, so... You know what I'm saying?
You're so funny. I feel like you can do everything else that everybody else is doing. And there's some really good sparkling ciders out there. And you can have it in a champagne glass. You can get you some free wine. You can have that in a wine glass and pretend that it's something else.
Imagination is a beautiful thing.
You're so funny. I feel like you can have a really good time being pregnant on, Valentine's Day. Have you been pregnant on Valentine's Day? I don't think I was pregnant yet with either.
No, you know what? It's a time to celebrate that love.
But I've been nursing with a 1-month-old on Valentine's Day when you can't really drink or nothing either. So you just just hang out.
This is your heck. Think about it. This is your probably your last Valentine's. Yeah, it's gonna be your last Valentine's Day with a baby in your belly.
Yeah.
By next Valentine's Day, you probably not gonna have that baby in the belly.
Yeah, you won't. Yeah, that's true. So, and if it's your first, you'll have kids too. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly. So
just enjoy your last kid-free Valentine's Day if you don't have kids already. Okay, I feel like This is an interesting question. Natty Natness. What's a healthy amount of sex to have, and how do you make time for it with kids? Well, we have a whole podcast about sex, so I will encourage you to listen to that after this podcast. Yes. But I don't know that there is a number of a healthy amount of times to have sex.
According to Dr. Oz, I think that no, I mean I feel
like it's relative.
I think it's one of those things where, okay, how much do you want it? How much does your spouse want it? And think about that.
What's the happy medium?
Right? Think about that. Because they're probably not going to be the same. Mm-hmm. And just think about that. And then just try to, but then, it's not scheduled. You're not scheduling it out. Like
unless you have to.
Well, scheduling out isn't like, don't make it like a...
You mean like...
Don't make it feel like it's a...
It's just run of the mill.
Yeah, run of the mill.
Type of
you
thing.
can schedule it out and still make it spontaneous and fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna happen, but like have some fun with it. But I think, but yeah, with kids, then that's just time to, catch me in the kitchen, catch me in the bathroom,
catch me outside.
Catch me outside. You got it. Like, there has been multiple times where we've had a chance, like, quickly. Somewhere.
Yeah, you just gotta get it in where you can.
Yeah, or when they go to bed, get them in bed, and that's your time.
Yeah, make sure you get them in bed at least an hour before y'all go to bed, so y'all have that time. And you might have to exercise getting up a little earlier too. If y'all are into morning sex, get it done before they wake up.
Yeah,
like you just gotta get it in where you can, man.
Exactly. Middle of the night, wake up. Yeah. Whatever you need to do.
Whatever you gotta do.
Whatever you gotta do. So but I don't think talk about it with your spouse. Yeah. How much do they want it? How much do you want it? And figure out what works for both parties.
Absolutely. Okay. I think we'll do one last question.
Yeah.
And it is XX. Is it bad that I'm 22 years old and have not been in a real relationship yet? No. 22 is young. So young in the grand scheme of things. Like... And I feel you, because I wanted to be married young. I wanted to have kids young. I wanted it to happen in my early 20s, but I'm so grateful that it didn't. Yeah. And I'm not saying to rush into marriage, but like, girl, you've got time. Like, I wouldn't even be focused on that right now.
Absolutely, I think that I think that the society tells you that you should be working towards marriage and kids, or working towards like some illustrious career, or doing this or doing that. Like, do what makes you happy. Like, if you are right now at 22 years old, if you're not in a relationship that's moving towards marriage, that's okay. Use this opportunity
to work on yourself,
to work on you, and to get to where you want to be, goal wise. Travel the world if you want to.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Like, do all the things that you really, really want to do. That's in your heart. And and then pray, talk to God about it, journal like Gabriel said, and the right person, at the right time will be there for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you'll be ready for them, because you will have gotten to travel and got to do college, or to get into a job that you really love. You will have worked towards those things that make you happy as a person, so that when you meet that person, you're not dragging them down. Hopefully they're in a place where they're not dragging you down, and you guys can just be equally yoked and move up from there.
Yeah, I think that was a great answer.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
Yes.
So we have answered a lot of the questions. I think we pretty much got to all of them. If we didn't, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
But we are coming up on an hour, so I'm trying to let y'all get back to y'all day.
Exactly.
But thank you so much for listening, taking the time, and rocking with us, even though we've been gone for a while. Thank you for being here when we come back.
Yes.
And we would love it if you would take the time to rate this podcast, especially on iTunes. You can rate it. That helps, to have other people find us. You can share it if you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe so that you don't miss an episode.
Absolutely.
Check out the video if you're just listening. Watch the video. It's always fun to watch us talk about
absolutely
these things.
Yeah, if you enjoy that.
And you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Exactly.
We're pretty much on everything.
Exactly.
I think Pandora now lets you do like has
Really?
gotten passed. We're not on there yet, but I think so. I'm gonna have to look into that.
We'll
but
have to check
everywhere
that out.
else, we are there.
Exactly. So let's you guys have been amazing. You guys have you know, we don't get any kind of recognition or anything like that from being high on the charts for kids and family on iTunes, but it's really cool that you guys have gotten us consistently in the top 100. And like even one point in time, we were sitting like in the 3rd spot on kids and family on iTunes.
That was awesome.
I mean, you know, so it just means that you guys are enjoying what we're doing, and we appreciate that because that's what we want. We want you to enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Yeah. Until next time, guys. Keep on making out.
Say bye, buddy.
Bye.
Say bye-bye.
La.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Deuces.
Bye.
We made it.
We did
That
it.
was a situation, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Can they see you?
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Wait. Here we go.
Bye.
You said bye-bye, peace.
Say bye-bye.
Bye. She's looking at TV.
Say bye-bye. Okay. All right.
All right, y'all.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye. Deuces.